Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so here we are. Now, I wanted to make this video quick because the longer I waited, the more this watch probably gets built up in your mind, and I don't want any disappointed viewers. Keep in mind that this is like a a $20 watch. So I've got my Swiss Army knife here. This is what you would call an everyday carry. I like Swiss Army knives probably just about as much as I like Rolex watches. Well, maybe not as much, but I really do like these. And in fact, if I lived in a place more, knife friendly, I'd probably have a bigger one, but this is really all you can get away with in Japan. They're really strict about their knife laws. I've gone through many colors of this. If you're interested in Swiss Army knives, I'm going to put a link in the description to a page I stumbled on. It was like, a website, and it's just a lot of good Swiss Army knife stuff. And, check that out if you like Swiss Army knives. So, without further ado, let's get into this. And this really is an unboxing, my first unboxing ever. I thought I might kind of like to open this privately and have a little private time with it, but well, let's check it out together. Why did I get this watch? Well, I don't really have a lot of good reasons, but I was using my wife's credit card for something. I don't have a credit card, and I was using it for something, and I had just seen this review. The review that was by One More Watch, and with credit card in hand, I thought, yep, I'm going to check this watch out. And here it is. So I don't even know how you pronounce that. Tevise. The box, not bad, really. I mean, all right, so did you guys guess correctly? Was it a sub knockoff? Now, this was, like I said, it was a $20 watch, and before I really get into it, let's talk about what made me get it. So it was sort of, I saw the review, I had my wife's credit card, I had a chance to get it, and I just, it was like an impulse buy. And $20 is, you spend more on a couple pints down, the local pub. So, and there are pubs here in Japan, by the way. So really, I'm sort of getting my $20 worth of, enjoyment, just opening it and like fiddling with it. It's sort of just something to do. And aside from just wanting to see it, one other thing that I wanted to do was really look closely at it, and we'll get into that in a minute. But you hear people giving reviews of $500 watches, and what I would perhaps call a shitter, and they often point to the dials, how immaculate and beautiful the dials are. And I thought, I'm going to check out this $20 watch, and could the same be said of this dial, right? Meaning, how good can a $20 dial be? And this isn't even really a $20 dial. This is just, the whole damn thing is $20. I don't know how they're making any money. All right, so let's get into it. So we have the box. Now there's nothing. I don't know. I mean, no cards. I could have sworn there was like a card is supposed to come in here, but maybe not. All right, so taking the stickers off and stuff. Stickers. All right, yeah, there seems to be some like saran wrap over the bracelet. I really should just get my knife to deal with this. Yeah, in fact, I think I will. You know, of course, that will devalue the watch. If I try to sell it on eBay, it won't have hang tags, and I'll make less money. But, you know, I know you guys, your time is valuable, so I'm willing to, you know, forsake that profit that I could have made. All right, interesting. Now, it took forever to come. I don't know if, you know, people just were like me, or like, I've got to see this $20 watch. And I don't know if it sold out. I don't know why it took ages, but it took like a month to come. So let's just get it all unpacked and undone, and then we'll wind it up and kind of fiddle with it. So bear with me. Actually, trying to be kind of careful. I don't want to scratch the bracelet. All right, there's the end right there. But I never will use it around my stuff like this. All right. Well, I'm kind of failing at this, aren't I? There we go. Got one more to go, so again, bear with me. Put this really carefully, because I don't want to devalue my watch. Okay, there we go. Polished nib links, which is kind of weird. You know, I think this is obviously going for the sub look, so that's odd that they opted for that. Although it could just been, you know, all the watches they make might have this. These polished nib links. All right, let's see here. Here we go. There we go. Okay, finally. All right, so should we look at the bracelet first? Let's look at the clasp. Okay. It's got kind of a smooth, you know, it's really easy to click, and it's got a smooth click, and you know, you can obviously deploy it by pressing that. Kind of nice. I mean, every part of it that I look at, I think, wow, how you could never make that for $20, but the whole thing is $20. You know, you can never get the movement for $20, but it's $20. So the whole thing. Okay. Oh, wow. That's got some rollback to it. Yeah, oh, that's got a lot of rollback to it. Wow, that's wiggly. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's a 60 click bezel. You know, I mean, again, for $20, you know, you really can't say much negative things about this watch, but I mean, this obviously is kind of shoddy, but you know, you put it at, say, the 30, and it's fine. You know, you could use it. Uh-oh. That was a baby that you just heard, or a 1.5-year-old toddler, I should say. All right, so, well, let's wind it up. Okay, yeah, this is kind of hidden down in there. That's weird. Now, notice I was trying to unscrew it. Don't think it's a screw down crown. I think you just pop it out. All right, I'm just gonna sort of try to power it very gently. Okay, we got it. All right, so maybe it's not a winding watch. All right, well, oh, that's a relief. Okay, so all right, well, let's see. Let's okay, let's mess with it. All right, so double click out, and you can do this. All right. Okay, so notice that I start to turn it, and then the hand catches. And reversing, I start to turn it, and it's a while before the hand starts to catch. All right, there we go. Look at that. It's kind of odd. All right, now let's see what the first click does. Okay. You know, my cat, by the way, if you're curious what's going on right now, my cat is trying to get attention from me. She was on the table licking fake flowers, and now she's I don't know if you heard that, but she's like trying to play. She's 11 years old, and she acts like a kitten sometimes. All right, so now let's see how you change the date. Hopefully it's not one of these that you have to, yeah, probably is. I mean, what am I saying? It's a $20 watch. It's probably not quick set. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. Maybe I'll have to do it the Vostok way, where you wait for the click. Oh, no, it actually goes back. That's interesting. Okay, well, I'll just have to wind it. I'm meaning cycle through it all the way to today. I'm not gonna make you you watch that, but let's see. Well, what do you think next to the real thing? I mean, yeah, let's get this bezel where it's supposed to be. Okay. I mean, wow, that looks very similar. Notice the scratches on the Tevise, on the bezel at the 50. That's kind of shoddy. Yeah, that's very interesting. It's pretty damn similar, isn't it? I mean, little differences in the lugs. This has, rounded lugs, whereas, well, this is, yeah, I mean, not as round as this one, but, yeah, that's really, really interesting. Now, this almost has like a gray dial, whereas this is definitely black. Yeah, the hands are very similar. Yeah, the hands are very similar. The hands of the Tevise are a little bit more shiny, a little bit more, whereas these, are metallic, but perhaps they're not as polished. They don't seem to shine in the same way. Let's look. Let's get really into this. So, if this were just cleaned up a little bit, it's got some dust around it, but really, I mean, just look at the dial. Okay, this is really what I wanted to see and show you guys. Now, just going on the dial, look at it. I mean, it's perfect, okay? And the only reason I show you this is because this is not a $20 dial. This is a $20 watch. This dial probably cost not even $1 to make. Well, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say it cost $5 to make, but it didn't. Well, what that means is in China, you can get a really, quote, beautiful dial, right? Or any of the other adjectives you hear for really cheap. And a company can. And, my point is that a dial is not the mark of good craftsmanship. It's not the mark of quality. Okay, so when you look at, say, a squale, and you see people talk about the dial, well, be careful. Actually, I'm getting a low battery sign, so I'm going to have to come back. Hold on. Actually, I've got 20 more %, so I'm okay. But yeah, this is one of the reasons I got this watch. This is probably 90% of the reason I got this watch, because I wanted to see what a cheap watch dial, what they could do, and look what they can do. Now, the triangle up at the top is a little bit, I mean, I think that could be better, but everything else, you know, the writing and the hour markers and the minute markers, and they're able to do it really well. I mean, this is all done in a factory, right? But you know, you see people show a $500 watch and talk about the craftsmanship and whatnot. They point to the dial so often, and that dial likely came from some factory in China. And so it's really not a mark of, it's really not a measure of a good watch. Although to hear people talk about it, you know, you would think that that's, you know, getting in close and looking at the dial, you know, just so you can see the craftsmanship and you can see the attention to detail and all the bullshit that people speaking this kind of watches say. Now, I will say that they failed on the bezel. I mean, I'm sort of shocked at that. Wow. I mean, this looks like a used watch, to be honest. And who knows, maybe it is. But I mean, obviously, if I had paid, say, $100 or more for this watch, I'd be really pissed about these scratches. What the hell? I mean, really, even at $20, this is sort of, you know, I might have to take some pictures of that and send it to GearBest, because that's sort of unacceptable. Yeah, that's okay. Well, that's weird. Okay, anyway, I'm not really gonna sweat it. Yeah. Okay, well, what else can I say about it? Let's see. Yeah, it's got obviously a Chinese movement, and yeah, you can see the movement in the back, which is kind of nice. Okay, so that's kind of interesting that they have that. You know, the logo there. The logo kind of reminds me of the Tudor logo, the Tudor shield. All right, well, yeah, now the case, I saw another review on YouTube, and the case is actually not stainless steel. It's made out of something else. So, yeah, there's a lot of sketchy things going on with this watch, as you would expect, you know, from the country where it came from and for the price. But just as I suspected, the dial is really pretty good. Let me see if I can get even closer to it. Let's just, you know, agree that with what they can do in factories these days, a dial is not the measure of real craftsmanship, because that's, you know, aside from that edge of the 12 o'clock marker, that triangle, and it looks like the edge to my left, aside from that, which is a little ragged, everything else is kind of okay. And you know, you see some lint, and that's more, well, that's trash, okay? But yeah, so dials, not like an indicator of quality. Yeah, okay, so that's interesting to see. Now check out the second hand. The end, it's not a perfect circle. It's got a little thing on it where maybe they cut the second hand. Now if you look at the sub, that's a perfect circle. Not the loomed end of the second hand, but the other end, kind of the counterweight looking thing. Wow, the hands are very, very similar. Now you can see with this dial, it looks sort of like I guess it would be a sunburst dial, whereas, you know, you see the grain of the metal extends from the center outwards, whereas this is just, you know, flat black. None of that burst thing going on. Okay, well, yeah, I'll size this to my wrist and wear it for a while. Let me know what you think. I mean, what do you think about this bezel? That's weird. Yeah, it's kind of shoddy, but, you know, for $20, I don't know, you know, what to expect. You know, if you didn't have a whole hell of a lot of money and, you know, you pulled together $20 and you bought this, like, for a gift for somebody, that would be disappointing. Anyway, yeah, reactions, guys, reactions to it. What do you think? Take care. I'll probably wear it, and let you guys know what I think of it and what kind of time it keeps. And yeah, this is sort of, review 1, if you will. Anyway, take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.